Hi everyone, Jacqueline here. So today we're going to plant some Annabelle hydrangeas. I got 3 of these at my local hardware store for half price. Here is the regular price here, $22.99. These are cold tolerant to -40, zone 3. They like full to part shade. They're going to get 1.5 meters or 5 to 8 feet high. You want to space them about 48 inches apart, and they're going to bloom with large white clusters. These have done so well for me in my zone 3 climate. It's been fabulous. Of course, until the fence took them out, but they'll come back next year. So we're going to plant 3 of them right in here, but I need to take some plants out of here first to put them in here and move them. Plus I haven't cut these down yet, so I should do some of that. So first I'll get them out and then we'll plant these. This is a great buy. I'm very happy with the quality of these, and they really need to go in the ground. I've already soaked them. You can see they're dripping water because I've really soaked them well, and they look good. This bed is so full of color. It needs something to calm it down. So white is one way of doing that. So we're going to dig these into these holes right along the fence with the goal of providing some privacy and some color in this area, also to mellow out the other bed here that's full of pinks and purples. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to put this in the ground. I'm going to remove some of the soil off the bottom, really easily removed. This Annabelle's been planted up nicely in good soil by the grower, and we're just going to put it in and mound the soil around it, and then I'm going to step on it to put it in place and firm it in. I will come back and water these in again to basically make sure there's no air pockets around the plants. In the summer I don't do a lot of that, but once we get into fall I will stomp around the plant because they definitely need it, otherwise the frost will get in there and kill the roots. So now we have all 3 of these planted in here, and I didn't show myself digging all of them in. You've seen me dig plants in many times, and they don't look like much here. They look like a bunch of brown twigs, to be honest. But in the spring, they should be gorgeous. So to finish this project up, I really need to make sure they get enough moisture for the winter, especially when planting them so late. So I'm gonna put some black cedar mulch around these plants to help keep the moisture in and to tide them over till the spring. And we're just gonna mound it around each one. I picked up a few bags as well at my local hardware store. They were the only ones that had the black mulch left. Home Depot only had red, and we're putting everything away, so I got a few red, but I really wanted to use black over here. I'm trying to keep my color schemes the same when it comes to mulch in certain areas of the garden. So we'll just mound this up, and then I'll spread the rest out around this area. It's been very dry this fall, and this mulch is going to make a big difference for the plants overall. And hydrangeas, although they're pretty tough, they do need some help when you first put them in late in the fall. So once we get this done, that is one job that I've got off my list. I had the snowball bushes to get in, and then these 3 hydrangeas, which were late plants. And I'll come back after and I'll put in my perennials in another area of the garden. These are all jobs that you can do in the fall with cleanup and do some late transplanting, but you can only do the transplanting and the moving of plants that are really tough and hardy, like things like yarrows, salvias, combines. They can all be moved late, and you don't have to worry so much about the frost hitting them, the 5-week rule. However, you want to make sure you get a good chunk of root with anything that you move or divide at this time of year. So these are just finishing up tasks in the fall and plantings that I've been wanting to get done for a really long time. And even though we can't see a lot of color here, I think it looks absolutely beautiful because that black mulch pops against the white wood of the fence. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you'll come back in the spring to see how these do. I think them being next to the snowball bushes, we'll get some different times of color in this garden, and it should look gorgeous. And we'll add some spring plants in here to beef up the color factor too. And I'm thinking pinks in here would be absolutely beautiful. So thanks again, and I'll see you in the next video.